Here's an update on the Pawleys Island Community Church fiasco. Warren Perry had a bond set of $50,000, but was bonded out one day after being arrested. And I tried to find out who had bonded him out, but his arrest isn't on the Georgetown County Court website. And it could be that they're updating his case and it's just not showing. That's happened before where a case disappears for a day or so. Even though the pastor of PICC, Don Williams, has tried to claim that Warren wasn't allowed to be alone with the children, numerous parents have come forward to say that isn't necessarily true. And Don Williams might think it's okay for a pedophile to be around children as long as he isn't alone with them, but it's not. If you knowingly allow a pedophile around children, it's wrong no matter what, even if you place stipulations and restrictions on it. It's wrong, and it makes me question what else Don and the other church leaders who knew about Warren and didn't speak out about it are okay with. Warren was part of the maintenance crew, and there was an auction held at the school connected to the church, and the winning child was going to spend 2 to 3 hours with the maintenance crew, which is just kind of a weird thing to begin with. But when you add in that the crew that the child was supposed to spend time with included a pedophile, it goes from weird to extremely questionable. Then there's the fact that I doubt Warren had someone glued to his side throughout the entire day. I just don't believe that happened. So it is more than likely he had access to the children when he was alone, and if you don't think that's a highly disturbing thought, then you have some pretty big problems of your own. The parents and guardians of the children who attended the church and school have filed a lawsuit against the church, claiming the church leaders were negligent in the care of the children due to letting a known convicted pedophile to volunteer. And I think they have a pretty darn good argument. But this isn't the first time PICC has been involved in a criminal scandal. Tripp Atkinson was once the youth pastor at PICC and was arrested in 2005 and charged with raping a 13-year-old girl in 2002. The charges were dropped in 2006. Tripp was also a reserve deputy for the Georgetown Sheriff's Department at the time of the alleged assault and moved to a church in Columbia in 2004 where he worked as a student minister. I've been told by a reliable source that prior to becoming the youth pastor at PICC, Tripp was once a youth pastor at a church in North Carolina. He was quietly asked to leave that church due to alleged involvement with one of the youths at the church. Now, did Don know about those accusations when he hired Tripp to be the youth pastor at PICC? I'm not sure, but knowing what we know now, if I found out that he did, I would not get a case of the vapors from the sheer shock of it all. And PICC had yet another incident in 2009 that involved a sexual assault, and this time it involved one of Don Williams' sons. The son was 17 at the time and was charged with sexual assault in the 3rd degree and assault of a high and aggravated nature. And if that charge sounds familiar, it's because that is exactly what John Paul Miller was charged with when he was a teenager. What is the deal with these pastors' sons? Don's son pleaded guilty to both charges and received 5 years of probation. A former member of the church told me that when the son was charged, Don held a meeting with the church, and much like he did with this latest scandal, he read a statement, minimized the crime, and attempted to blame the victim. So far, Don has given me absolutely no reason to like him even a tiny bit. And just as I was uploading this video, I looked at the news and saw that Don Williams has resigned from the church. The director of Pawleys Island Christian Academy, the school attached to the church, has also resigned, and several elders have stepped down. I previously released this video with a statement that I'm not sure is actually accurate, so I'm going to double check that. And if it is, I'll release another video with that statement. One of my stepsons has graciously shared whatever bug he's had for the past week, so I'm not sure how much I'll be around for the next day or two. But I'll try to provide updates as I receive new information in the case.